All right, we'll go back, guys. This is the tournament for who is the best European. These guys had a bit of a discrepancy, I guess, in chat leading to this, but let's hope that doesn't affect their gameplay, because sadly, this is the losers match, and one of these guys will be eliminated from the tournament. So the question is, which is it going to be? Spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, it is going to be the blue Zerg player from Team Acer. Give it up for Bly.
In the upper left, it's the Teal Terran. It's EG's the Muslim.
So I can't confirm if this is the reason of what or why, but allegedly there was one small typo a month ago from the 8th to the 6th or something, and I guess Blizzard doesn't look at their own schedule and they go off of Liquipedia. So because Liquipedia was wrong, this screws over not just our tournament, but the MSI tournament and many other ones that all planned to have their days happen tomorrow. So guys, it's just a simple mistake, one typo that really led to a colossal, unfortunate amount of events. But we shouldn't worry about it because we're still gonna cast, we're still gonna have a good time. Just won't mean we got a lot of people, but that's okay. We'll see how many we get today. One of the big things I think going into the tournament, and this is where the big question of concern comes into, is like how many people are really about this European tournament, right? Demuslim and Bly, by the way, I was really waiting to see if Demuslim was getting 2 Raxus or not. Go for some sort of 888. But the tournament itself, it's interesting because I think on one hand you've got all these the best players in the world, the elitists who are just like, you know, you're looking at the players like Flash and nobody else. Then of course we've got the foreigners who are coming up and well, and well, yeah, they're beating back Koreans here and there, but we've never had a tournament where it's just going to be the foreigners, and it's kind of what we managed to do here for this. So win or lose, winners bracket, losers bracket, like I'm really excited to see what the round of 8 for this is going to look like.
The only one with all Europeans so far. I mean, 2015 WCS, am I right?
I guess.
Yeah, no, alright, fine, whatever, fine. I'm still reeling off the back of that GSL result. Excuse me, pardon me. You go cry a little bit. The Muslim goes for a greedy CC. That is right before Supply Depot. Which would only be greedy if Bly was going for like an early pool, you know. It's actually pretty darn safe. Reaper does come out, goes straight into the reactor, so we can get on Marines. While he didn't 2-Rax, we can certainly still see something else that's a little bit cheesy, I guess you could say, like Hellbats. Again, the Muslim really hasn't been in a lot of broadcasted tournaments lately. He's been a caster, he had, you know, Whooping Cough and vacation and doing a bunch of stuff, so, like, we don't know what his playstyle is, like what his favorite builder to go to. Most Terrans that we see, they don't really do like the Hellbat thing anymore. Maybe once in a blue moon, but...
Well, I just want to go back to the talk about the 2X thing real quick to elaborate a bit for players, or for the fans who might think we're just like labeling the Muslim as cheesy. We actually saw him qualify for WCS almost strictly doing only 2Raxes against Zergs on maps like Frost and other ones, so... The reason I said I was a little bit surprised about this too is because the Muslim could have, I feel, made this work against a player like Bly, but Bly looks like he accidentally let that support caller complete, so perhaps a little on tilt after that whole veto discussion.
I'm tilting hard, bro. It's actually going to be a 3rd CC, though, so these Marines aren't, you know, they don't really have to be that on guard against, like, Overlord denying. It's always nice to do so, but if he scouts, like, there's 3rd CC, like, nah, big deal. Just go into the macro game. Yeah. And Bly will scout it, too.
Well, I like that the Muslim still being so active with the Reaper on the front lines. A lot of times you see the Terran players just completely pull this back. Go back home, build a couple of colonies, and get ready for round 2, but colonies are out. Slow links are not going to get a lot done. A little shocked that was the first thing to actually die. Thought the usually gets a little bit more bad. Ooh, Demuslim will get an Overlord for this too, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, it's pretty much a suicide.
Yeah. Still though, nice catch nonetheless.
Sure. Bly's going for a fast lair, which I think is interesting to talk about. There's nothing on the 3rd for the Muslim to see that 3rd is late. In fact, there's a drone there, so if the Muslim was to check, he'd only assume, okay, the 3rd is going to come down really, really soon. Which it very well might, but not after, you know, Fairly Lair or Roach Warren. A single Evo chamber, not 2.
I think one of the things too is he did scout that 3rd CC, which was nice. I mean, it's kind of expected, but confirming that Demuslim's not doing something like a 2-base Hellbat drop, 2-base Hellbat push with Marauders and Banshees or something. I mean, seeing that 3rd CC is really, really comforting sometimes.
Yeah. Which makes it more interesting that he did decide to go for this. And I really wonder what he's going to do. So the 3rd still is not down. Finally gets down about a minute later than you would like to see as a Terran scouting. And the single Evo Chambers are really throwing me off. You know, we have the 1-1 Roach push, which is super, super common. We have the Roach Hydra, which banks on having 2-2, not just a single upgrade. So, I'm just wondering, like, is Bly gonna, like, only pseudo-commit to Roaches? You know, get these Roaches, get 1 upgrade for them, maybe go into, like, Roach Baneling style, which we've been seeing a lot more.
By the way, oh, I just realized, you remember that guy we were talking about curses with yesterday from Blizzard?
Yes.
Oh, man, I need to go give him so much hell.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Sion, #1 best community manager for Blizzard is 100% confirmed for jinxing Flash.
I think Artosis was probably like, because at first, right, the first game, like DRG loses and Flash.
Artosis is like my son.
Artosis is like, you know, I'm still playing pretty good for DRG right here. And then that second game happens, and he's like, oh, Flash is totally gonna win, and then a run by just absolutely destroys. It's the Artosis curse.
Oh wow, Demuslim really expecting some heavy pressure. Of course, when you do scout with those Hellions, you know, seeing the 3rd so late, you get a little bit worried about what's potentially coming. And rightfully so, there's a lot of Roaches on the way. Hellions are gonna cut it. The Marauder count's fairly low, but with 3 bunkers, he should be good. Bly's gonna scout this too. Like he sees this full well. I don't know how much he'll commit to this.
I think what really tipped Demuslim off was the fact that the 3rd was so late. And 1-1 Roach timings are very popular. Now, Bly, I guess he is going to go to Roach Hydra, just that his 1 upgrade is going to be much further behind than we're used to. I don't think he can really break up into this. If he tries, he's going to be very disappointed to see that there's 2 more bunkers behind this wall, and it'll just be a waste. Well, not maybe a waste of Roaches, but it wouldn't be very effective.
Truthfully, his best bet might have just been to go around the back rocks and at least tear them down.
At least do something.
I mean, these Roaches are like, your presence is no longer welcome. Please go home.
Yeah. But, you know, he did cut Economy to go ahead and do that attack. But he's still going to have the Roach Hydra attack later on. And he's not that far down in drones. And I'm just really, like... The lack of that second upgrade is just kind of throwing me off. Usually right now we'd see 2-2 on the way. And I'd be like, oh my god, it's all about these timings right now.
These drops are gonna see the Roaches, but will they see the Hydras is the big question. Because playing versus Roaches to start is way different than playing Roach Hydra.
Not sure why he waited so pick up.
Yeah, just getting a little bit greedy, perhaps, waiting to see what's going on. But he'll see a Hydra with this drop, maybe. Really needs to scout the Hydras. This is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, especially since there are so many people, like there's so many people going for the Roach Baneling, like I talked about, and there's also so many people going for the transition. So like the 1-1 Roach into the Muta transition. So you really want to scout what is their secondary tech, if any. And does he barely? No. Okay then. Alrighty then. Demuslim, you know, not getting any tanks right now is either, you know, not realizing that it's going to be Roach Hydra, or gonna try and just fend it off with just bio, which is always kind of risky. I mean, at the very least, you're gonna need a lot of bunkers to do so.
The tentative stem looking to go in, decides to go past. Double drops here in the north, waiting to perhaps go as well. But I mean, Bly, look at this. He's got the infestation pit in the way, lots of Hydras coming, 4th base, locked and loaded. I mean, this is honestly shaping up pretty well for him. Playing against Roach Hydra is just no fun, and one of the big things about this infestation pit, not for Swarmos, but indeed most likely for a Hive, is Vipers just make this so potent. This is not a fun style to play against, and unless you've got some Widowmines mixed with both like Widowmines and tanks, this is really hard to deal with.
Bly's going straight up to Hive though, so it's not going to be that like that power punch that you usually see. Again, he doesn't have that second upgrade, which is what we're used to seeing.
Oh, that Queen MVP snipes up a full medevac. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
No bunkers. He scans that army. Again, the army isn't as big. It's not maxed out, but it's at 170 to 153. The Muslim should be like a little scared here. If he can buy time to that 2-2, that'd really help out. And
Yeah, I
I'd be
think-
really surprised if Bly actually like entirely committed to this with a hive on the way. You don't want to just give away an entire army because you want to be, you know, you have a bank so you can actually get, you know, either the Vipers or whatever you're trying to get on
But
hive.
there's no bunkers, there's no siege tanks, there's no widow mines. Like this
It
is gonna
looks
be.
tempting, but with 2-2 to only 2-1, and with a concave, I think Demuslim actually like takes too good of an engagement. Whether or not he wins up right, I don't know, but I wouldn't like entirely dedicate my entire forces to this. I mean, I got hive on the way. Like, why not just wait for whatever I'm trying to get there?
Well, just we're waiting here for the roaches to get in. Well, actually, we're not going to be waiting long, so we'll hold that thought for the time being. 3-3 on the way for Demuslim, but it's not going to be here for this fight. No concave pre-setup is going to make this really difficult if Bly gets the concave. It's one of those situations where Demuslim may want to just lift the CC to fight a little bit better, a little bit stronger. Hell, that's on the wrong side of this fight, but there we go. Lifts to get that concave,
Not
pushes
good
this
for Bly at
back.
all.
Bly is going to lose so much supply. Oh my god! Wrecked is the only word I can think of watching this fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That was a pretty bad engagement style. Like, again, no second upgrade. Apparently, he didn't have Roach Hydra, like Hydra speed either, which, you know, maybe didn't play a lot into that fight, but maybe a couple of the Hydras in the back would have been actually fighting as opposed to catching up. And
Oh,
also, just like
Blyson.
going into that choke, like with the Hydras like looking to be like on the front line too. And now the Muslims' counterattack is so strong, and Bly had so much invested into a hive, and tech is not going to help out now.
I don't know if Bly can stop this.
I don't think he can. He has
really
nothing that
strong
actually
force.
helps.
I mean, he's got a lot of bases that will buy him time, weirdly enough. That, you know, Demuslim wasted time shooting an egg, wasted time killing that hatchery, so to speak. And I'm saying wasted time with big air quotes here, but Bly, there's just no way. Because Demuslim, the scary thing behind this is, like, he's the one with the bank. When do you ever see this TVZ?
Yeah,
Demuslim
yeah.
is the one with the bank.
Bly going from Vipers. Vipers can be like the surprise factor, but honestly, if it's only against Bio,
He's got drones
they
spawning
run out of it. Like it's actually not that great. You really hope that your opponent is forced to make like 10 tanks, and the Blinding Clouds do a ton of damage, or take away a ton of damage. I guess is the better way to put it.
Yeah. The couple queens in this actually might not be too bad. Fungal growth is gonna be like 1. I don't know. There's just no way.
Yeah, there's a.
Normally when we're talking about like someone losing a fight so badly, it's like 200 supply to 100 supply. But the thing and the reason why we're like sitting here is like, yeah, look at this, guys. Bly's got drones in this mix. It's a mess of a defense in the first place. Queens randomly in this too. I mean, it's just. I kind of feel like he knows just how bit of an odd situation he's in.
The only reason Muslim isn't pushing in is because of that little like crevice. He may also be waiting for 3-3. It's about to finish.
Yeah.
And with
this will give him
that
such
upgrade
a
lead.
nice, yeah.
I actually go for it. Clicking on the units, making sure they don't have the 3-3 of their own. Yeah, goes for it.
Vulgar Growth gets a couple of good Marines, I guess, but pushes here in the south pretty hard. This will wrap around and really add to this fight. Blinding Cloud does go down. This is actually going to allow to push back in the north, but as we see, pushing back into the Blinding Cloud. Not exactly something you want to do. Fungal Growth, Blinding Cloud combined together is the way to go. 25 Roaches on the way out of desperation. Might just be able to beat back this first wave, but as we said, guys, the Muslim with a bank behind us, making 12 Marines at a time, 6 Marauders at a time. There's just no way. There's just no way.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so surprised if Bly goes out first. Man or mule?
I would too, because Bly would have been one of my more favorites to win this group.
Yeah, I actually would have imagined Bly and Daishi actually getting out if I was that was like a liquid bet.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. It's not over yet. It's just game 1, so we'll go to the Muslim. Congratulations. Very well earned. And we'll see what map 2 will bring.